superhéroe de los cómics. Es el más poderoso símbolo de esperanza para la humanidad. Es el hombre de acero. Acompáñenme a conocer los secretos detrás de cámara de la última entrega de esta saga en nuestro especial Detrás del héroe, el hombre de acero. En el panteón de los superhéroes, Superman es el más venerado y reconocido de todos los tiempos. Hoy estamos en los estudios Warner Brothers en Burbank, California, para conversar con los protagonistas y realizadores sobre esta nueva interpretación del clásico héroe de acción.
I think it's part of most boys' childhood, and the children full stop. I certainly ran around the garden with a T-towel around my neck, pretending to be Superman, and, you know, beating up my brothers, or my brothers beating me up, whatever the case may be, depending on who is playing who. But I wasn't a big comic book fan, by any means. I knew movies, the various TV shows and all sorts, but when it came to getting the role, that's when I really delved into comic books and learned to love them.
Los héroes no cambian, pero la manera de narrar sus historias se transforma con el paso del tiempo. Todo el contexto que las rodea se moderniza con cada nueva entrega. Bajo la dirección ejecutiva de Christopher Nolan, realizador de la exitosa franquicia The Dark Knight, y con la dirección de Zack Snyder, el nuevo fenómeno detrás de blockbusters como 300, Sucker Punch y Watchmen, el hombre de acero cuenta con los orígenes del superhéroe bajo una nueva óptica, más real, más actual y con una fuerte carga de acción como nunca lo habíamos visto antes.
The main thing that I really try to get to work is his mythology, because I feel like it's so powerful and so important. And so, I guess when you're updating an icon like Superman, it's going to be a pop culture phenomenon, good or bad, you know, it just is.
What do you each think about Zack Snyder and producer Christopher Nolan's new remake?
So fun to be a part of something that's a reboot where the expectations are much higher and there's a story to be mined. I wonder why these questions weren't asked before of what makes Superman tick.
I think these guys are big thinkers. These guys are heavy hitters. They really are. And whatever order of directors they're after, these guys think that way. It's different, it's big, it's exciting, and you know, I feel educated.
What do you think about the director and producer's slightly darker take of the Superman series?
Well, you know, that's the whole reason to do it, I think, is to do it a little differently, you know. I mean, I think that's always been inherent in the story.
Regardless, hopes and dreams travel together.
Henry Cavill es el primer actor no estadounidense que interpreta a Superman. Clark Kent descubre a temprana edad que posee poderes extraordinarios y que es de otro mundo. Pero veamos qué diferencia a Kal-El, su verdadera esencia, de Clark Kent, su identidad atribuida. Veamos cómo fue la experiencia del actor británico bajo este emblemático traje. What about your first work? That has to be for you. What did it feel empowering?
It did, but not necessarily for the obvious reasons. The suit is a wonderful piece of work, just alone and by itself. There's an energy to it, and it's not just that energy in our hearts or our minds we project upon it. There's a genuine, special, almost physical energy to it. The guys and girls who worked on it did an amazing job, and they genuinely cared about the character while putting the suit together. And that comes out in the suit, and people treated me differently when I was wearing it, and I felt it.
What are you smiling about, Captain?
I just think he's kind of hot. He's gotten more muscular, that's for sure. He's gotten really, really muscular. I'm happy about that.
The suit has definitely changed with the times. It's much more high-tech. Gone are the days with the, like, nylon tights, so that's good. But the man himself, I think that is more what he has in common, which is there's a gentleman quality to him that is really timeless.
Why Henry Cavill? What made him the perfect Superman?
Well, first of all, he's not a horribly ugly man. That's an important thing for Superman, to look like Superman, which I think Henry really does. And then Henry has this like humility. He has a sense of humility about him that is really powerful. The idea of giving of yourself for others as a thing that's natural to him. I think those are the qualities you want in Superman.
That's a little bit about the suit, which personally looks amazing.
It took us tons and tons of designs to get there. I think Zach probably looked at thousands of designs before he arrived at what we now have as the suit. And I think in the end we ended up with a very aspirational version of a Superman, but that is somehow still grounded character-wise in a tangible, relatable.
I have so many questions. Where do I come from?
Clark Kent hace una particular transición de su natal planeta, Krypton, al planeta Tierra. Sus padres genéticos le confieren un poder sobrehumano. De ellos, aprende que es invencible. De sus padres adoptivos, aprende que el valor se hace más fuerte cuando la intención es el bien de la humanidad. Y que mientras más poder físico tienes, más debes fortalecer tu moral. Y es precisamente de su doble herencia de donde surge el dilema de la trama.
Very tragic character, I think, Superman. The whole notion of these two civilizations, these two families, that he has to make a decision between one or the other. It's a very dramatic situation.
Diane Lane y Kevin Costner dan vida a Martha y Jonathan Kent, los padres adoptivos de Clark. What do you think Clark's inheritance is from his adopted parents versus his parents from Krypton?
There's nature, there's nurture, right? And as a mom, I'm still trying to figure out how much of my offspring is nature or nurture. I would say it's conveniently I choose to either blame the nature or credit the nurture. You know what I mean? What did I have any involvement in? You know, he benefits from both. He kind of cheated.
He'll be an outcast. Okay.
No. We'll be a god to them.
It's clear he listens to us. It's clear he trusts us. But it's clear that issues are a little bit bigger than Diane and myself. We're a little bit limited.
On the farm.
Yeah, and
with our lessons.
yeah, we're frustrated with him. And he can be cruel. In his own way. Clark, you have to keep this side of yourself a secret.
What was I supposed to do? Just let him die?
Maybe.
He has two very strong patriarchal influences. You know, his earthbound father is telling him to be very careful. He told him to, keep his powers hidden. But when I get the opportunity as his genetic father, my advice is the exact opposite. It's, show people who are. It's common.
You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
I'm just pretending I'm your son.
You are my son.
Tell me a little bit about Kal-El versus Clark Kent, the essence of your character as a Kryptonian versus the man who lived on Earth.
Kal-El is the physical representation of what Superman is. He's not subject to the human frailties of the body. But Clark, although he's still not subject to human frailties, he's very much subject to the psychological frailties of the human mind. And therein lies the big difference.
That's the difference between Superman and his Kryptonian and the Kryptonian people, because he was conceived by an act of love, which gives him the ability of compassion. We have not. We've just been bred for whatever purpose. So I'm lacking compassion. So it's his biggest strength, but it's also his biggest weakness. Russell Crowe es Jor-El, y es el segundo actor ganador de un Oscar en interpretar a Jor-El. El primero por Marlon Brando. As an actor, to play a role in a movie, it's a story that's very well known. How do you make it your own and bring something new to the table? And did you at any point use Marlon Brando as reference, or maybe inspiration since he played the same role in the past?
I just addressed the scenes that I'm to play, not what's gone before. You could do that. You could reference the entire history of Superman and what have you, but in this particular instance, it's not going to mean anything because they're trying to reinvent it anyway. So they're not relying on what's happened in the past. The main thing for me in this was engaging in the physicality of it.
Amy Adams, quien interpretó a Jody Melville en la serie de TV Smallville, es ahora Lois Lane, la atractiva periodista quien confió en él. So what makes Lois Lane more than a love interest in this remake?
She's sort of ahead of the curve in this one. Like, she sort of has the information, and does all this research on him, and she sort of learns that he has this humility, and then when she meets him, there's a honestness that comes across and an earnestness, and he tells her the truth.